What's up, you guys? Got a little case of spring fever yesterday after work. So people were at the garden center just buying tons and tons of flowers and shrubs for their yard, and you know, it's middle of spring. Well, actually not middle, it's the very beginning, and everybody's excited, including me. So look what I did. I kind of filled my entire truck up with plants that I get to plant today on my one day off. But that's not the worst of it. I also had the great idea to hook the trailer up after work. And I said, I'll just get a few more items to plant. And so I did just that. So it's gonna be a busy day off, but I'm gonna let you guys ride around with me and help me plant all this stuff. So this is not even spring fever. This is like spring AIDS. This is bad. All right, so we're gonna start by adding some hanging baskets out here on the porch area, just to kind of brighten things up out here a little bit. And I'll show you guys how we ran our irrigation, which makes it so much easier. So we've got our proven winners cocoa baskets hanging, and of course the birds over in the aviary are gonna holler because I'm filming. But got 6 of these proven winners cocoa baskets hanging up here. Look really nice. And what I've done back inside the greenhouse, right through that door there, we've got a timer and we've got some solenoids. And so you can see above the baskets, I just ran a simple 1/2-inch drip line, and then we've got the drippers going right down to each basket. So twice a day it comes on and drips a little bit of water. It's almost a must to have this irrigation because, well, most folks are busy like us, and if you want to go away for a weekend or something and you don't water them and it's super hot, they could look like junk when you get back. So helps out a bunch. And I've also put us a mandevilla vine in this nice boat planter. So this mandevilla is going to grab hold to the post, and it should climb all the way up, probably even all the way out above that basket. Planted one of the tropical hibiscus in this big planter right here. This is the one with the real dark center. This is tropical, so it's just for the summertime only. You have to bring it in or either just replant it next year. Got a nice viridis Japanese maple in this big blue planter here, and I put some oxalis around the bottom that'll kind of trail out. There's some dichondra in there too, some little baby dichondra. Here's a basket that I've made up. I've got my Osmocote and my Biotone in each one, in every basket. So that'll help them out. They'll just make them that more prolific. This is kind of a cool thing I've been working on for a while. So this is a Yoshino cherry, and what I've done, if it shows up on film, I've done what they call a spalier. And so a spalier is where you keep it like almost 2-dimensional. You see? So you could put that up against a wall or something. So I'm just going to continue to train it out in just pretty much a flat kind of formation. And then when it blooms, it's going to look really, really cool. Got a couple other planters I've still got to put some stuff in. And I still really like looking at that trailer because that's a lot of plants. So we better get busy. So we're going to plant a few new things in this this curve area here in my driveway. Stays kind of wet in this spot in certain areas, so I'm kind of using it for a lot of the elephant ears, colocasia, just a variety of stuff. I don't have any grand plan when I come to these beds. I just kind of plant what I like, where I like, and then see if it makes it. So I'm going to add this black pearl redbud, which I've not been super impressed by. I ordered some liners a few years back, maybe 2-3 years ago. They're really pretty when they first leaf out, but then they fade back to green, and they're not supposed to. They're supposed to stay real dark. But this guy here, Man, this one is super popular, especially here in Aiken, South Carolina, where our good buddy Aaron, the director, he planted some, and they are just showstoppers. Really, really pretty tree. The variegated leaves, somewhat with different color greens, as you can see there. But one of the parents to the flamethrower redbud, just a really awesome tree. And this one I found up in the mountains of North Carolina. This one is Carolina Sweetheart. It's a variegated form, pretty leaf. As you can see there, pinks, a little white. This one hasn't impressed me with growth rate by any means. It's doing okay. I mean, real pretty foliage. And of course, you got your purple flowers in the spring, as you do with all redbuds. So, kind of a neat one there. I'm gonna plant an oak leaf hydrangea right here, kind of on this back side. And then I've got a Nyssa sylvatica tree right here. So this is a black tupelo or black gum. Real pretty fall color. Bright red. They're kind of underutilized in my opinion. And it's a native, salt tolerant and wet site tolerant. So you can see the ground right here. It stays kind of saturated on this back side of the bed. Where I'm putting the red buds, it's not as bad. The reason it stays wet right here is I added a lot, and my camera doesn't want to. There you go, it's doing its own thing. Reason is I put a lot of compost in this part right here, so it's holding some water because I really probably put it too thick. Got some canna lilies. There's a few other. That's Sumo. That's one we got at the nursery right now. It's really nice. I'm excited to see what it does. Gets huge leaves. Got the fake banana, or false banana back there. Forget the Insect Morellii is the name of that one. And then this one I found for a customer. I didn't even know it existed. And I don't have them for sale, sorry. I only had a couple. I did get one for that guy. Night blooming jasmine. So I'm gonna find out if it's hardy or not. Let it attach onto that magnolia and do its thing. That'd be pretty neat if we get a night blooming vine. And then this one, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. I got it from our good friends at Woodlanders in Aiken. Erythrina bidwillii coral bean. Got some cool flowers already developing on it. Come on, camera. Put my dirty hand back here. There we go. I didn't want to do it. But anyway, bright red flowers, and then it's fixing to spike too. Let me see if I can get this thing to cooperate for you guys. Just don't want to do it today. There we go. So all of those will be bright red. And we'll see if it's gonna be a perennial as well. Pretty neat. So that's what we're going to plant right now. And then we got to go back to the truck, get a bunch more, and just keep at it. The plant mobile here, she's going to be tired too at the end of the day. I did just go plant our Empress Woo, and I'm sorry too. I don't have some of these things. I've had to special order because I can't find, and I don't have them available at the garden center. Not all of them. Some of the things like Empress Woo, which is the largest hosta that I know of. I'm pretty sure the largest hosta in production. So anyway, got some stuff here that I may not have for sale, but a lot of it we do. And I'm gonna shut up now and get back to planting. Y'all, it is hot as all get out today, and we're getting about to a stopping point, or at least I'm getting to a stopping point. We're only about halfway through all the stuff I brought home. I don't know why I brought so many plants home. But anyhow, we're gonna change gears a little bit, go do something fun and plant some bog plants, some aquatics. And then I'm gonna fire the grill up, probably go jump in the pool. It's like 85 today, humid as all get out, and I'm getting tired. So let's go wrap this thing up and go play in the mud a little bit. All right guys, we're down at the pond, obviously. And this is super mucky stuff down here. I could only drive the plant mobile right there, and you got to stop, because if you go anywhere beyond that, you are stuck in this pudding-like mud down here. So I've thrown a good bit of stuff out kind of where I want it. I'm gonna do some colocasia right there. Throw some iris, some lizard's tail. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. That is how muddy and soupy it is down here. So what I'm trying to do, you can't cut grass down here. We have to weed eat this whole thing, which sucks. The lawnmower just gets stuck, which we've done many, many times. So I'm trying to just plant stuff that's perennial that will, you know, just fill the area in, and I don't have to cut grass or weed eat. Here's some of this frog bit. This was a little puddle, or still is. Threw some of that stuff in there. It just took off. Pretty cool, and overwintered. Got some papyrus there. I'm gonna throw some irises there. I'm probably just gonna, I think the most cost-effective method is gonna be to use the cannas and just kind of fill the majority of the backdrop in with cannas, and then I'm gonna see how some of this smaller stuff, like the variegated sweet flag, some more irises, and rain lilies, see if I can't use those guys as the mass coverage, if you will. I'm gonna plant some pickerel and some more colocasia down here by the water's edge. This is pickerel here, pretty purple flower to it, and a few other little aquatics right there. Let's see, the camera's not wanting to do. Again, there we go. So we're gonna just stick the end of the shovel in, rock it back and forth, and make us a little cavity, and throw this stuff right in the mud. Hopefully it will take off. I want to see how this one does. A little blue moneywort. Hopefully it'll spread across the ground. But here's some cannas I planted last year, some 3 gallons, and you can see how they're spreading really well, especially this guy. So he's popping up all over the place. So that is my plan for down here at the pudding pond, if that's what you want to call it, because it is soupy, nasty, mucky stuff. I'm gonna throw these things in the ground. I'm going to fire the grill up, jump in the pool. Appreciate you watching. If you found any value to this video, if you would, hit that thumbs up down there. Think about subscribing. Leave us a comment. Tell me what you like, what you want to see more of, and maybe here, you know, a little ways down the road, we'll do just a tour and go back and see all the things we planted, see how they're doing. Appreciate y'all. See you next time.